everyone and welcome back to my next video, and obviously this is Empties part 2, so I'm going to show you all the products I've used up which are makeup and skincare orientated. Now you're probably thinking, well, why didn't you just make it into one video? Don't really know the answer to that. I decided to split it and that is what I've done. So enjoy! So I'm going to start with the first product, and it is makeup, and it is Estee Lauder's Double Wear. This is obviously a foundation, if you didn't know. The colour that I personally use is 2C3, which is Fresco 01. This foundation I find is just amazing. I know a lot of people love Estee Lauder Double Wear. It never broke me out. It's a really good coverage, so it's good for if you're having really good skin days and you think, yeah, like my skin's looking really nice, I don't really have any spots or any at all, it's really smooth, it's just looking really good. This just like illuminates that, so you have really good skin and it's just emphasising the fact that you have awesome skin. On the other hand, if you're having a really bad skin day and you're feeling a bit crappy, because I know that if I have a bad skin day it makes me feel crappy because I hate having spots or blemishes or like a cluster of spots or bumps or anything like that. I just hate it. I want to always have lovely skin. So even if you're having a really bad day, this covers it up. It lasts such a long time. This is one of my top, if not my favourite foundation. So it is used up. I even tilted it upside down to get all the product out and there's literally nothing left in here. Oh, actually, I mean, if I broke the bottle I could probably get the rest of the makeup out, but I'm not going to be that weird. Or am I? No, I'm not. Put the bottle down, Grace. Next product that I have used up is the Clinique Bottom Lash Mascara. Now I have oily skin and I also have crow's feet under my eyes a little bit. So one, my concealer kind of smudges under my eyes sometimes, and two, with normal mascaras I find they fall down. So you put mascara on in your bottom lashes and you get a lot of fall down from mascara, and if you don't know what fall down means, it just means that you get all that you get all that black muck underneath your eyes where it's like shards of mascara falling off your eyelashes basically. Now I have really black circles under my eyes anyway. I look severely ill if I don't have any makeup on purely because of my black circles. I just look awful. They're just awful, and I don't really know what to do about them. But so saying that, having mascara fall down underneath my eyes even more and kind of emphasising the black circles that are underneath my eyes really doesn't help. So I researched and found out that Clinique Bottom Lash Mascara is really good, and oh my lord, it really is. It is a tiny wee brush. I don't know if you can even see the brush. It is so small. It's this. Yeah, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. It's tiny, and I have literally just repurchased it, so it lasted a really long time. It does not smudge. I haven't had mascara fall out under my eyes ever since I've used this, and I don't use any other mascara underneath my eyes now. I just use this. I could probably talk about this product for a very long time. It could probably have a video on its own because I think it's so good. It retails I think £12, which personally, for how long it lasts, like product wise and on your face as well, I think it's amazing. It comes off really easy with makeup remover. It lasts all day, all night, doesn't smudge, doesn't fall underneath the eyes, and like I say, this hasn't really dried up that much, so I probably could have carried on using it, but I just thought a little bit rank. You're meant to change your mascaras every like 2 or 3 months I think, just for hygiene reasons more than if they've dried up or not. But yeah, highly recommend this in general, but especially if you find that you have fallout underneath your eyes. It's really good. Next up is a hand sanitizer, which don't really know where that fitted in. Does it fit in with makeup and hair, body care? No, probably not at all actually. But it is the Squeal Glory handmade hand cleansing gel. Like, as normal, it has that standard like trademark Squeal Glory smell, which is just my favourite. It's honestly the only hand sanitizer, oh, it's hard to say, that I buy. Because it smells so nice. It retails, this little pot alone retails at £2.50, which yes, that is expensive, thinking that you can buy like a big, maybe not that big, but like a big hand sanitizer which smells purely of alcohol for like £1. But because of the smell, I buy it. I keep this in my handbag at all times. I have it on my desk at work. I think I have one like spare in like my drawer of spare bits and bobs. I just always buy it. I think I've actually just made one of my friends a hamper for her birthday, and I think I've put one of these in there just because I think everyone should have one. Hand sanitizer in general, but I think the Soap & Glory hand sanitizer is a must, and I always buy them, especially when it's 3 for 2, because you get 3 for £5, which I think's okay. Yeah, for the Soap & Glory hand sanitizer. The Soap & Glory hand sanitizer. You try saying that really quickly, it's really hard. Okay. This is a bit of a cult YouTube beauty blogger, whatever you want to call it, product, but it is really good and I love the brand in general. This particular product is La Roche-Posay Effaclar Duo. I have used La Roche-Posay as a brand for I think 3 years, 3 or 4 years, maybe 3. I only use it really when I'm breaking out, and I think it's amazing. I'm not going to go into too much detail because it's all over YouTube really, this product, but it is really good. It's £13 I think it retails at, but again, a little goes such a long way. It lasts absolutely ages. And La Roche-Posay as a brand, like I said, in general are really good, but this particular product I love, and I'm using it at the moment in my skincare routine. So I've used it today, I've used it this morning before I put my makeup on, and I really like it. And I think it really does help reduce the redness, reduce scars, and also get rid of as many blemishes and spots and breakout areas as possible. So highly recommend. This is MAC Prep&Prime Face Protection Visage SPF 50. That is a bit of a mouthful. I went to MAC to buy a few bits, and I asked the lady in particular because I do suffer from really greasy, oily, whatever you want to call it, skin. It's just horrific. And I said, do you recommend anything for greasy, oily skin? And she said this is a really good primer. I have not used any other primer since. I tend to, on a day-to-day basis, just put it in my T-zone, but I did use it when I went to like the V Festival, Wireless Festival. When I was out in the sun, obviously I put it all over my face before I put makeup on, so it acted as a really good SPF as well because it's 50. I just think this is really good. So if you suffer from really greasy, oily skin and you're struggling to find a primer that you think works really well, I highly recommend this. Just to let you know, I do still powder throughout the day because I can't really avoid that personally with my own skin, but this has helped combat that as much as possible. So, and I think I've repurchased this 3 times now, 3 or 4, something like that. It's really, really good. Next product is, again, I guess kind of a bloggers, vloggers, beauty, YouTubers, blah, 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 love, is the Collection Concealer. Now, I have used this for as long as I can remember now. I use it more often than not underneath my eyes. I don't tend to use it on my spots because I'm not a massive fan of these Dufon, whatever they're called, applicators, because I find it a little bit unhygienic. I know it's obviously just my face that I'm putting it on, but I don't really like applying these to spots and then applying them the next day to the same area when I'm trying to get rid of that spot, if that makes sense. So I use these kind of concealers purely just for under my eyes. Yeah, I just find it works really well. It highlights under my eyes, it gets rid of the bags. As long as it's a bit lighter than my actual skin tone, just because I want to lighten up underneath my eyes, not to a Kim Kardashian style contour-esque, but just obviously lighten up my dark circles. So I think this is really good. Again, it's rated about so much. I highly, highly, highly recommend it. It is really good and dead cheap as well. I think it's like $2.99, $3.99. So really good. Again, it lasts a long time. So awesome. Sticking with concealer, this is MAC. I can't really show you, like a MAC pot. This is Studio Sculpt Concealer. Now these pots, I think, if I'm right in saying, are discontinued now. They do them in more like a, if you know the eyeshadow pots that they have, it's more like an eyeshadow pot that they do them in. This colour was NW25. Now as you can see, it's completely gone. This was an NW25, which I think is actually a little bit too dark for my skin. I don't think I got this tested on my skin. I think I just bought it straight off the website. I tended to use this concealer because it's a very hard concealer. It's very thick, very heavy. I used it purely on blemishes. So what I tended to do, which is a little bit weird, not necessarily the way you're meant to do it, is I'd put this concealer on my blemishes first before I put any makeup on at all. So I put it on my, and I still do this now, I put concealer on my really bad blemishes. I'm not talking like a little pimple, I mean like a hefty spot that you think that's like a mountain on my skin. I would put this concealer, or a concealer in general, on that spot, kind of blend it in a little bit, leave it for a couple of minutes, and then go over the foundation. And I personally find that that works really well at covering the blemish. Obviously it doesn't get rid of it, but it covers it and it hides it, and people wouldn't really know that there was a blemish there. This concealer is really good for that. I think the NW25 is probably slightly a little bit too dark for me. I will repurchase. I have got one of these Studio, I think it's the Studio Finish. I'm not really sure. I think it's a Studio Finish concealer that's in like the newer pot. But yeah, this is really good. Absolutely love it. Love MAC in general. Their concealers particularly are really, really good. So I highly recommend buying any of their concealers. Just note that I don't think they come in this packaging anymore. But this took me a very long time to use up. I think I bought this about 3 or 4 years ago, just so you know. I mean, their concealers, especially their potted concealers, last for years, absolute years. You don't need a lot. They go such a long way. Next up is a product that has been raved about, I would say, in the last year, maybe 18 months, and it is, I'm sorry guys, it is the Emma Hardie. I have used this up again to smithereens. There's nothing in here, it's gone. This, I'm not going to talk again too much about it. I've used it up, I've repurchased it. It is the cleanser that I use on a day-to-day basis. Bit dubious because it is like an oily, waxy cleanser type thing, but works amazingly. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. It's such a good cleanser. Emma Hardie stuff I think is really good. Very limited range, but the stuff that she has is good. Smells just lovely, and works really well, and I repurchased it. The packaging I think is newer now. It's kind of bigger and flatter. It's not this is like thin and tall. So the packaging has changed, but love it, love it, love it. It is pricey, but it is worth it. And guess what guys? A little goes a really long way, and it honestly does. It does, I promise. Next up is a cleansing water. So it's not cleanser, it's cleansing water, and this is the No. 7 one. I love the No. 7, I think it's really, really good. I only buy No. 7 products when I have the £5 or £3 off, because you end up buying these for like £2 or £3 or something, which is crazy, but they're really, really good. They last fairly long time. This one is obviously normal to oily skin, but to be honest, I didn't really notice that it was suitable for my skin when I picked it up. I just wanted a cheaper cleanser. I actually bought this before I tried Bioderma. I think this was possibly the first cleansing water I've ever tried, and I couldn't tell you how many times I've repurchased it. It's kind of been a continuous in my skincare and stash for possibly like 3 or 4 years. It's just really, really good. So if you don't want to fork out on maybe Bioderma or Taj Mahal or something that's not as easily accessible, because they're not, then just go to Boots and get a No. 7, because I would highly recommend it. I would say it's better than the Garnier and L'Oreal one. It's really, really good. Love it. So that product then brought me on to my next product, which I've used up. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. It's Bioderma. I tried so hard not to use Bioderma, not to buy it, not to get it, because I didn't want to fall into that kind of, just using everything that other people have. But my boyfriend went to France on a business trip last year, and he said, is there anything you want? And obviously this is a French brand. It's easily accessible. It's easily accessible in France and French pharmacies than it is over here. It's very limited over here. Although more stores are selling it, it's very, very limited. So I kind of was like, yeah, can you get me some Bioderma? Meaning like maybe 1 or 2. And bless his beautiful heart, he bought me back 4. So he bought me back 2 of this one. I can't talk. He bought me back 2 of this one, which is the pink topped one, and is suitable for, I think it's like sensitive skin. And he bought me back 2 of the green one, which is suitable for a combination of oily skin. If I'm completely honest, I don't think there's a difference between these two. To me, this is the same product, just in a different coloured bottle. Saying that, it is a bloody lovely product, and I love it so very much. He got me these in, I think it was May last year, and I have just started my 3rd bottle of it. Lovely product. Yeah, it's just really good. Love it. And lastly, I'm going to finish with another, how can I word it? Popular, stereotypical product. It's Nars Laguna, unless you didn't guess. Nars Laguna bronzer. As you can see, mine is, oh hello, you can see my camera and my lights. It's just an amazing bronzer. Nars in general, a really good brand. I'm wearing the Nars Glow foundation today. Really, really love it. I love this bronzer. I panic when I kind of start to hit pan and it starts to just kind of go in the corners and I'm running out and I'm like, oh crap, I need to buy some more. So yeah, I actually repurchased it, I think 2 weeks ago, if I'm being honest, off of Space NK. So love it, love it, love it. Again, it's a kind of like a beauty blogger's stereotypical product, whatever, but I like it, so I don't care. So that is the end of this video. So it's the end of the second part of Empties. I hope you have enjoyed this video and the one before. If you did enjoy the video, please give me a thumbs up, a little likey. And if you haven't already, please go and subscribe to my channel. The link is somewhere around. And also down below I will leave you links to where you can find me, so Twitter and Instagram. And I think that's it. So I hope you enjoyed the video and I will see you all very, very soon.